And you can see I'm covering nobody because I'm looking for a receiver that's getting separation. As you can see here, the matching principles take over and cover up pretty much everybody to the point where my opponent just throws it up in the air, just chucks it up hoping that he can moss me with that much larger receiver, and it doesn't work out. So if we watch this nose tackle here, you're going to see that his rush angle is going to take up both 56 and 77 pretty much every single play as he shoots to the right and forces a double team, allowing this guy to run right down the pipe for an easy A gap. If you guys are looking for fast, cheap, reliable coins for your college football 25 team, check out my coin sponsors at MMOXP and use discount code MONEYSHOT for 5% off your order. Link in the description below. The champ is here! Welcome back, Money Team. This is Madden Money Shots, living up the college cheese as always. In today's video, I'm going to show you guys a full breakdown of what I think is probably the most versatile and maybe the best defense to use in the entire game right now that not a lot of people know about. The formation is the 3-3-5 stack, and it's only found in two playbooks. The 3-2-6, which was the first ebook that I put out, and this particular defense was the reason that I chose that defense to put out first, and the 3-3-5, which is what I'm using today because I'm using my my new favorite team, the North Texas Mean Green, which is a team that I'm using in a lot of gameplays. I just put this defense out in a gameplay, so if you guys want to see that, I'll have a link popping up in the top right corner right now, as well as on screen at the end of the video, so stick around for that. But as far as this play goes, there's a lot of different plays you can use in this particular defense. If you're in a cooldown league and you can't use the same play over and over, there's 5 different plays that you can really get a similar effect because there's 5 matching style cover 3 defenses in this 15 play setup here. You got the Will Sam 3, you got the Saul Blitz 3, you got the Mike Will 3, which is definitely, in my opinion, the best defense here. The cover 3 match on the other side as well, and then you also have the Mike Sam 3. So there's a lot of really good plays. But like I said, the best defense is the one I'm going to show you guys today, and that's the Mike Will 3, although I also use the Will Sam 3 a lot. This one would probably be my base defense, but if I'm sending a blitz, it's going to be the Mike Will 3. Also, if you guys want to see more videos like this, please make sure to be a subscriber, hit the like button, and let me know in the comment section, especially if you want to see more practice mode style videos like this. Other than that, if you guys need more help or more money plays, I've been sitting on this defense since the game came out of my 3-2-6 defensive ebook. I think it's one of the best defenses in the entire game. If you guys want to see more secrets, you can download any of my ebooks instantly simply by clicking the links in the description or the top hidden comment. So we're going to start off with the Will Sam 3 because to me this is the best base defense. I'm going to show you guys how to set this up against the run, against the pass, and then I'll also show you guys some blitzes. So we're going to start off with run defense. If your opponent's under center, 9 times out of 10 they'll be running an inside zone. So let's pick that. As far as setting this defense up, you could always benefit from bringing these guys down to the line of scrimmage. You can see how this is a naturally tightly packed box, 9 in the box style defense. So if your opponent's running the ball under center, I find it's best to just let this defense go like this. You'll see how these blitzing linebackers will typically shoot gaps for you. And it's also, I mean, obviously if your opponent's running the ball, you want to leave them on a blitz. But even if I make a passing adjustment, let's just go ahead and let's zone them all. They'll still do a pretty good job. Part of the defense, part of the charm of this defense against an offense like this is I want to invite my opponent right up the middle. So if I spread my defensive line, you can see how, even though I did blitz them, number one, I can always shoot the gap. It's better to leave them blitzing if you know your opponent's going to run. But I always have the ability to shoot the gap because they pick up these other outside linebackers first. And if I expect my opponent to run outside, these guys here, the reason I'm bringing them down to the line of scrimmage is I just want them to be outside edge containment. But if I really want them to play down, I can also hard flat them. And now I have probably the best defense against a look like this in the game is the hard flat there, shut down the outside run. He got outside of my linebackers, but the hard flat was there to shut that down. So, like I said, the only adjustments I would make, and this is something I would only do if I'm going against somebody in a shotgun, is spread the defensive line and bring the linebackers down. Like I said, if I want to, I could hard flat them. But you're going to see how this is the #1 way to run this defense here. As like I said, I can just shoot the gap and take that guy away. And you can see we just have pursuit. And there's just nowhere to go. And I chose Ohio State on Heisman difficulty for a reason because I want to show you guys that this defense is so good it doesn't matter. I'll just show you guys that this is on Heisman. I'm severely outnumbered here. The Heisman difficulty is designed to the point where we have 5-star guys going against 1-star guys right now, and I should be having this type of success. But this defense is just that good. And I'm not going to run this play too much. As we'll go back and we'll show you guys a different setup. I'm not going to run this play too much because, like I said, I have gameplay for that. So if you guys want to check that out, it's on screen at the end of the video. But we're going to pick that play again, and I'll show you guys what this looks like under center. So like a single back look like this. If somebody's running under center, there's much more angles that they can make. They can run it inside. They can run it outside. Typically, your opponent would run something like a stretch, so we'll pick this wide zone here. If your opponent's under center, this same setup, I mean, I could go with this same setup where I'm just bringing these guys down and hard flatting them, and it'll do okay. You know what I mean? It's like, this is not the best way to go there. As you can see, I can still shoot the gaps, and the cornerback was still there maintaining the edge. But the better way to do it would be to pinch the defensive line, spread the linebackers, and then have these guys kind of like extra linebackers now. You know what I mean? This is going to be a different look. Now my edge containment is going to come from the edge defenders. So I still have the ability to drop down and shoot these gaps, and I should have hard flatted, but you can see once again, he's still not getting anywhere. So let's go and let's do that one more time with the hard flats this time, as that'll help with the edge containment once again. But you can see how, you know, this is going to be a much better defense. I'm right there, the cornerback's right, or the safety's right there. There's really nowhere to go. And if I really want to go full, if I have an opponent who's really running this a lot, then I also have the option to bring this safety down and really pack this box with 9 now. As you can see, now we have what looks like a 4-4 split or something of that nature, or, you know what I mean? We just have so many guys in the box. There, I actually got picked up, but the cornerback was right there. The safety was right there. I keep calling it a cornerback because typically you would have, you know, that's where you would have your, you know, your slot cornerback. But there's just so many guys in the box. If your opponent is run heavy, this is just going to be impossible. You can't do anything here. As the linebacker made the play at the time, I didn't have to make the play. The last 2 times, I didn't make the play. It's just the design of this play. So let's go this back out. Let's show you guys how to set this up now against the pass. Against the pass, I still think the better defense is going to be the Mike Will 3, but I'm going to continue showing it through the Will Sam 3, because you can make the same adjustments with the Saul Blitz 3, the Will Sam 3. It really doesn't matter. But I have a couple different options here. Number one, these linebackers to me that are blitzing, I don't typically blitz them. I typically want to put them on something like a hard flat to whatever side has the most receivers. I can do that on both sides. I'm just hitting D-pad to the right, by the way, to bring up these icons. D-pad to the right twice. And I can just basically go double Mabel and hard flat this defense, or hard flat this offense. And now you'll see with the matching principles, nothing's really going to get open. The hard flats are going to take away. You can see the quarterback ran. That's going to be something that you're going to see quite a bit. So typically what I'll do is I'll put one of these guys in a zone to help me out, and the other one I'll typically put in a QB contain. So if the quarterback does run, I have the ability to just push in the right stick and take that away. As you can see now, he's not going to run. You can see he sidesteps a little bit. And, you know, this is just, obviously I can run this against a computer all day, and we're going to have a lot of different options here. I could also just zone all, which will basically take away those inside throw lanes and make it a little bit easier for me as far as a user over the middle to basically have some freedom and run around. As you can see this time, we have nothing really there, and the quarterback has to run again. So there's a lot of different options. I'm not necessarily gonna say, you know, which one's best. But sometimes I'll just double Mabel. This is probably what I'll use the most, just double Mabel, whatever side has the most receivers or whatever side is the open side of the field. And then I'll have a QB contain just in case my quarterback likes to run around. And that'll give me the most options here, as I just have the ability to just basically pick apart the defense. And you can see that time I get a coverage sack. So there's a lot of different options. You can zone all, which is just going to be, if you're not a great user, that'll help you out. You could Mabel one side, Mabel both sides. Or you could have one in a QB contain and Mabel the side that has the most receivers. There's a lot of different options, all of which you can do from this look here. But like I said, if it's a shotgun look, leave them like this. Don't go the full you know, pinch and spread look unless they're under center. So in shotgun, always leave the linebackers back. As far as a blitz, the Will Sam 3 and the Saul Blitz 3 do a decent job of getting edge pressure. We'll go ahead and we'll pick I picked random there. You can set this up like your typical 3-5 penny and just pinch the defensive line, which is D-pad left and down, spread the linebackers, which is D-pad to the right and up, and then just bring this guy down to the check mark pops up. This is a decent way of getting pressure, but it's nowhere near the best way, as I find that there's much better. They maintain outside, you know, they do a better job of blocking these edge pressures than they will for the defense I'm going to show you next, which is a straight A gap. You have 2 different blitzes you can get from the Mike Will 3 here, and you can see from the diagram alone that this is a very different play. If you look at the Mike Sam 3, you basically just have straight rushing angles. The Mike Will 2, you can see, has a similar rushing angle where the defensive tackle just completely shoots off to the right side. So that's going to be the same type of blitz. The Mike Will 3 and the Mike Will 2 both have the nose tackle shooting to the right. To set this play up, there's 2 ways to do this. The one way is just to spread the defensive line, which is going to be best for run defense as well. So if you don't know if your opponent's going to run or pass, this first setup is going to be pretty good based on the fact that we still have these guys shooting the gap if he hands off an inside zone. But you can see how that guy also just comes right down the pipe. So if we watch this nose tackle here, you're going to see that his rush angle is going to take up both 56 and 77 pretty much every single play as he shoots to the right and forces a double team, allowing this guy to run right down the pipe for an easy A gap. Now, that's a really good way to do it, and I can get very consistent pressure if I do it that way. We're going to do it one more time. Like I said, I'm not really setting it. You can see it comes right down the middle, and the quarterback's running for his life. Now, as good as that setup is, I do find it's better to just spread the linebackers and then bring the user in a little bit closer. This I would only use, though, if I know my opponent is going to pass, because this is going to make the run defense worse since I only have 1 second level defender, and I'm all the way over here. And you can see how he still runs right down the pipe based off the fact that we basically spread out the offensive line. So to me, like I said, if it's 3rd and long, 4th and long, I'm spreading the linebackers, which is deep path to the right and up, and then bringing this guy in close because I got to get back to the middle anyway, and this could help with the pass rush. But you can see right there, he actually just forced a throw, and we might have had a pick six in a real game. But you can see how the quarterback is feeling that pressure pretty much every single play. So there's 2 ways to run this blitz, but ultimately I find it's best to run it the second way. So like I said, we'll go ahead. I accidentally messed it up already because you don't want to pinch the defensive line. They're accidentally pinched the defensive line. That's going to make it harder for the linebacker to get through and get skinny. But both of these blitzes are very consistent. So I'm going to go ahead and end the video there because it's a very easy video, but I just wanted to show all the different things that this defense can do. If you want to see how this defense looks in gameplay, I put out a gameplay last week. I'll have that popping on the screen. So just click the links, and until next time, thanks for watching, man. My shit out. Need more help or just want to show your support? Then head over to my Patreon and join my team, where you can get exclusive content like ebooks and bonus plays, as well as early access to my vids and more. Link in the description below.